When the concept of art is brought up, the initial thinking is something like paintings, sculptures, music, shoot, even a play on Broadway. These are simple examples, but art stretches out way more than most people might think. When people think of art, video games are practically a concept that is almost unimaginable. Every now and then, you might even hear someone even bash the concept. When it comes to a game like Snake or Pong, I get it. It's a heavily pixelated game where, truth be told, art wasn't really the mindset when they were being developed. This had to do largely because of the capabilities of the day. Nowadays, artistic capabilities in a video game have reached a point where you're only limited by your imagination. Back in the day when I was a wee lad growing up, I remember every year new games would come out that would just blow me away in the sheer beauty of the game. I would look at the newest soccer game or shooter or whatever, it really didn't matter, and just be in straight up awe. I remember game developers showing off their games on how they have these realistic looking faces and making whole auditoriums rumble in chaotic applause. These were awesome achievements not that long ago. Now, if I were to go back to those games though, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't feel the same way, seeing as how these realistic looking faces were really just a box head with painted on smiles. Because of constant advances in hardware, game designing has reached a point where there's constantly more and more great looking games coming out every day. I think it's probably where my passion for video games really comes from. When I look at games like SteamWorld Heist, where every backdrop could have been a poster in the making, Call of Duty giving the player a feeling of what it's like to be on Pluto or Mars, or Battlefield 1 giving an almost realistic idea of what the looks and sounds of war is really like. They are artistic mediums that can only amaze. Art in a video game can even branch out in something like lore of the universe the player is in. Overwatch, for example, has no set story that the player has to go through, but the lore of the Overwatch universe is there that fleshes out each and every character's motivation and even their abilities. Like, I don't know, Sombra and her hacking ability. She grew up doing that just to get some money, for example. Looking back, video games and the vast amount of art they portray affected me in such a way that I'm not sure I would have even written as many short stories, or treats, as some of you might call them, as I would have, or even at all. That being said, watch out, Oprah Book Club. Bestseller. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this little rant about art in video games. Let me know your guys' first video game art experience. I'm curious to know. That being said, have a good one. Bye!